Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And happy Thursday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed here with a look at your eyewitness weather forecast, which does include finally some warmer temperatures as we head through the next couple of days. But as of right now, we do have a lot of clouds at the Utica Public Library as we look off toward the west. It is starting to get darker out there as well. Same thing here on the arterial, where we have a temperature of 16 degrees, winds out of the west-northwest at 12 miles an hour. So that makes it feel like 3 degrees. So similar to the last couple of nights, we're going to have wind chills around, if not just below zero, and temperatures could be around there as well, especially up toward the north. I'll get to that in a second. But as far as the here and now is concerned, we do have some light to occasionally moderate flurries down toward the south and off toward the west, where we do have a little bit of lake effect snow. Down to the south, we do have a storm system passing through the mid-Atlantic states, sliding off toward our south, and most of that energy is offshore right now, which is the reason why you can't really see it here on the radar. But we do all have a lot of clouds, and that's going to continue through the overnight hours. As we head through the day tomorrow, it'll become cloudy, although there will be a few peaks of sunshine out there, and there will be some isolated chances for flurries. As we head through Saturday, it'll become brighter, and it'll still be chilly with temperatures in the low 30s, and then we might make our way into the mid-30s on Sunday, but it'll be dry and a little bit more seasonable for where we should be this time of year. As we head through the overnight hours, we'll have temperatures dropping into the teens, so not as cold as recent nights, I should say. But as we head through the overnight hours, we will see winds out of the west-northwest, so that'll create a wind chill factor around, if not just below zero. And then as we head through tomorrow, similar to today, we'll have a lot of clouds, maybe a few peaks of sunshine out there, and maybe a flurry or two. Not much in terms of accumulation, but temperatures struggling to get into the teens once again tomorrow. Saturday is a different story. We'll see temperatures up into the upper 20s and lower 30s, maybe breaking freezing for the first time in about a week or so. As far as additional accumulations go, it looks like the most accumulation will occur to the northwest and the southwest of the Mohawk Valley. There could be an excess of 1 inch of snow, especially over toward Onondaga County. And in case you're wondering where we should be for snowfall this time of year, at least compared to other cities, Buffalo is actually the only one that is below average by about 5 inches. We are above average for this time of the year, 2 feet, 97 inches here in Utica, and Syracuse has the most with 101 inches as of midnight, and then Albany is over an inch above average for this time of year. So as we head through the overnight hours, we'll have cloudy skies and the isolated chance of flurries, only about 20 or 30%. 12 degrees will be the low, but again, winds will be out of the west-northwest, making it feel like it's in the single digits and if not below zero in some areas. Becoming cloudy tomorrow, and that isolated chance of a flurry will continue. 18 for the high, so similar to today, and winds out of the west-northwest. That'll make it feel like it's in the single digits and teens once again. But things change as we head through Saturday. It'll be bright, but it'll still be a little bit chilly, around 31. The winds calm down for Sunday, so that makes it feel more seasonable out there, but at least it will be dry with a lot of clouds, 31 for the high as well. And then we finally make it above freezing, upper 30s to lower 40s for next week, but that does come with several chances for rain and snow showers. Thomas, back over to you.
Thank you, Jordan. Coming up next on
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And happy Thursday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed here with a look at the Utica Public Library camera, which just went down, unfortunately, but it did show mostly cloudy skies in downtown Utica right now. We have a temperature of 15 degrees, winds out of the northwest or west-northwest at 7. That's already making it feel like 5 degrees. So that means it's going to be sub-zero, if not around zero, for most of us as we head through the overnight hours and through the first part of tomorrow. Temperatures, for the most part, are in the teens out there, with the exception of Watertown, just to our northwest, already at 9 degrees. So that means you're going to be one of the first locations to drop below zero if you aren't doing so already. It feels like temperatures are already around, if not just below zero, or actually this is tomorrow morning, I should say. It'll be around, if not just below zero, but feels like temperatures will struggle to get much of anywhere because of the clouds and the wind out of the west at times. So we'll only get into the single digits and teens, even as we head through 1, 2, 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. The radar is quiet for the most part, with the exception of areas closer to Syracuse up through Oswego County. We do have a little bit of light flurry activity there, and that'll swing its way through the Mohawk Valley within the next 25, 30 minutes, maybe as late as an hour or so. That's partially because we have a storm system exiting the mid-Atlantic coast. You can't really see it here because there's no radar data offshore, but we do have a lot of clouds as a result of it, and there is a little bit of lake effect influence coming off of Lake Ontario. So that'll be the story for tomorrow. Isolated chances of flurries. Otherwise, it will be mainly cloudy out there. A few peaks of sunshine as well, and cold. And then as we head through Saturday, it does brighten up, but it's still chilly with temperatures in the 30s, feeling like the 20s for most of the day. More seasonable on Sunday, more clouds though, but at least it will be dry. Temperatures in the lower to middle 30s, so closer to where we should be for this time of the year. I'll have more on that in a second, but as far as the overnight goes, there's those snow showers making their way from the Syracuse area on over toward the south and east. Doesn't really add up too much in terms of accumulation. Temperatures not dropping as much as recent nights because of the clouds, but there will still be some wind out there. And then temperatures struggling to get into the teens during the day tomorrow. We finally get into the 20s and 30s with less wind on Saturday and even less wind on Sunday. You'll notice that most areas not even registering an inch, with the exception of areas to the southwest where there could be a little bit more than an inch there. And these are a look at the snowfall totals for our area, with the Boonville getting 221 inches. That's well over 2 feet above average. Even here in Utica, just shy of 98 inches. That's 2 feet above average. But Syracuse has the most with 101 inches. That's a little bit under 6 inches above average for where we should be at this time of year. Isolated chances of flurries tonight, 12 degrees for the low, not making much progress tomorrow. Cloudy with isolated flurries continuing, 18 for the high. And then it's brighter and still chilly on Saturday, 31, but at least it's a little bit closer to average. Sunday's even closer to average with more clouds, but still dry and seasonable with a high of 33. And then we finally see temperatures in the upper 30s and low 40s next week, Thomas, but that does come with several chances for both rain and snow showers. Back over to you.
All right, Jordan, thank you. Well, the Four Nations Hockey Championship.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And happy Thursday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking a quieter eyewitness weather forecast for the next couple of days. Right now in downtown Utica, it is pretty quiet. Temperature 15 degrees with winds out of the west-northwest at 8 miles an hour. That's already making it feel like 4 degrees. And we already have some sub-zero wind chills, especially up to the north as well. Temperatures, though, are in the teens for most, if not all of us, with the exception of Watertown, where it's already 9 degrees up toward the north and west. So that's you'll have the best chance of temperatures dropping to the single numbers or around, if not below zero there. And as far as wind chills go tomorrow morning, you'll be waking up to wind chills either side of zero, and they don't make much progress throughout the day, not only because of the clouds, but because of the wind that will be out of the west as well, 5 to 10 miles an hour throughout the day. Even through 1, 2, 3 o'clock, wind chill temperatures struggling to get into the upper single numbers and lower teens. As far as the radar is concerned, right now we do have a little bit of light flurry activity from Utica on west over towards Syracuse and down toward Chenango and Otsego counties, and that'll continue through the overnight hours into tomorrow as well, for a couple of reasons. One, we have a little bit of lake effect coming off of not only Lake Ontario, but the eastern Finger Lakes as well, and then we also have a weak winter storm system passing off the shore of the Cape and the islands that went through the mid-Atlantic earlier today as well. Again, it's a weak system, so that's why we're not seeing much snow because of it, and it's also passing to the south. So the isolated chance of flurries will continue into tomorrow. It'll also become cloudy with a few peaks of sunshine out there. It'll be brighter on Saturday, still chilly though, with temperatures finally making a run at freezing in the low 30s out there. And it'll still be dry on Sunday, and it'll be a little bit more seasonable as well. Although there will be more clouds, it'll be slightly warmer with less wind, temperatures into the lower and middle 30s. As far as tonight is concerned, we'll have temperatures in the single digits and teens, but again, not feeling like it because of the wind. Although clouds will keep it warmer than it has been in recent nights, and you'll notice that flurry activity continuing off toward the south and west. That'll be the case through tomorrow, although I don't expect much accumulation from it. Again, temperatures struggling to get into the teens, dropping through the teens, and then making their way into the 20s Friday night into Saturday morning, and then making their way into the lower 30s through Saturday afternoon. It will be a little bit brighter out there as well. So for most of us, a coating to up to a ½ an inch. There could be a little bit more down toward the south and west, where you're dealing with not only that departing storm, but also a little bit of lake effect. And this is a look at season-to-date snowfall totals. Boonville, northern Oneida County, taking the most, 221 inches. In Utica, we have just shy of 98 inches, so that's a little bit more than 2 feet above average for where we should be. But as far as the northern New York area, Syracuse takes the most with 101 inches. Buffalo, on the other hand, is the only area that has below average snowfall by about 5.2 inches. We do see chances for flurries continuing through the overnight. The chance is about 20%. 12 degrees will be the low, but again, feeling like the single digits with that west-northwest wind. The wind will continue into tomorrow with a high of 18, as well as the flurry chances continuing. And again, we'll see a lot of clouds. It's brighter out there on Saturday with a high of 31. Still chilly, though, because of that wind. And then it's dry and more seasonable on Sunday, although with more clouds, a high of 33 that day. And then we make our way into the upper 30s and low 40s to start next week, but that does come with several chances for not only rain showers, but some snow in the mix as well. Thomas, back over to you.
Thank you, Jordan. Coming up next on